Welcome to the Boujee Boys podcast, where tech, travel, wine, and life's finer things meet a little real talk. The views and opinions expressed in this show are our own and don't represent any organization or employer. We're just here sharing what we love, what we think, and maybe stirring the pot a little. Listener discretion is advised. We keep it classy, but we don't hold back. Now grab your drink and let's get boujee.
All right, hey guys, welcome back. Episode 4 of the Boujee Boys. I'm Ray.
I'm Mike.
Alex.
And welcome back. We've had an exciting week, a lot to fill you guys in on. And we've kind of changed around our little layout a little bit. We're trying to try new things, trying a couple different angles and kind of sit next to each other rather than sit across so we can actually be close. So how you guys doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Still licking my wounds a little bit from the weekend.
Yeah, the weekend was quite good, quite memorable, and forgettable too.
We did a lot.
We did.
Yeah, we did a lot. Probably the biggest thing we did was went out dinner and a show with the wives.
Yeah, we went to the Can in Seattle.
Yep.
It was what was it? Can Theater.
I think so.
Theater? Yeah, and the butcher's table.
Yeah, and the butcher's table. Yeah, there's a lot going on there, which we'll dive into more in depth. So, Alex, what are we drinking today?
Okay, so right here, it's a very, let's just say, inexpensive bottle of from Mark Ryan Winery, and it's called The Chief, and it's the Road, what is it?
Board Track Racer?
Yeah, Board Track Racer, but it's titled The Chief.
So this is a different line on Mark Ryan. It's not their traditional or their main flagship, I guess.
No,
this is
it's
kind
not.
of like a side winery for them, I heard.
Yeah, so Mark Ryan wines, the higher end wines, you have to actually go into their tasting room or to their winery to get those wines. This is something that you can buy almost anywhere. So you can purchase this bottle of wine, which is still, Mark Ryan's a pretty solid choice when you're picking wine.
Yeah, very affordable, but extremely tasty.
Yeah, they're one of the few wines that I've tried out when it came to Bordeaux's. Closest thing to Bordeaux's was the Dissonant that they had, and that's where I kind of fell in love with Mark Ryan, was with the Dissonant because it was close to the Bordeaux.
In fact, at the Lazy Ballerina,
Yes,
we had the Dissonant.
Oh, if you guys haven't been to the Lazy Ballerina, go check that place out.
In Puyallup, Washington.
They have it's like they have machines with multiple wines in them, and you just go and choose. So you buy a ticket,
get your tasting
for as many tastings as you want, and you just go up and hit a button, and it gives you the wine that you need. I actually really love
measured
that place.
pours. So I think it was like you buy a prepaid card, and you get like 20 ounces, 30 ounces, and then you can pick. You can do 30 ounces of one wine if you like a particular wine, or you can do a 2-3 ounce pour for each different wines. It was fun. It was a lot of tech involved, and that was kind of cool for me because I was like, oh, it's little gadgets that I need in my house. More things, and I looked into it, and they were like $15,000.
Yeah, $15,000, and she said she does sell bottles. So if you really love something that she has, she sells bottles. I don't recall her name, but what a great idea for a tasting room, because it's not specific to one winery. It's just everything. And she rotates wines. Yeah. I thought that place was excellent. And when was that, like over a year ago?
It was around Christmas time because we did it for Rich Scott's. We had that, was it Top Wines? No, we went to that little tasting. Was it Top Wines? Or
Top Wines? I don't know.
in Puyallup there, where we had that wine room. And
In the back?
Yeah. And then
That was Lazy Ballerina. In the back.
No. We went to the actual wine store, so that was.
We were in the back.
That's right.
It was like Spanish wines.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then after that,
but that was at
and then after that, we went to the Lazy Ballerina right after.
Wines and More.
Wines
and More. That's what it was.
They got in Puyallup. They have a tasting room in the back. You can rent.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Or have a sommelier there to show you all the wines of a region.
And that was a fun time. That was Rich Scott's Christmas present to all of us, that he hosted that for us, and that was a fun time.
And they focused on the Italian wines, didn't they?
I thought there was a lot of Spanish, but maybe
it was all over Europe. That's right.
I mean, it was
European.
wine.
Yeah, it was a while ago too.
You know, we're gonna talk about that.
Purple drink.
There are people in this world that can
Love the grape drink.
tell you what they taste in a wine.
Oh
and
yeah.
I just can't. I could tell you if I like it, There are times where I'm like, hey, I taste a little chocolate in there, but very rare. I just either I like it or I don't like it.
Wine is one of those things. It's like everyone has a different palate and it's a different tasting for each person. And it's one of those things where it's like very subliminal to a point where like, oh, I taste chocolate, and then I drink it and I'm like, oh yeah, I taste chocolate. But then I might not taste chocolate, but I taste it because you said something. And I think in wine, no one's going to tell you, oh, I taste a little bit of tobacco.
Yeah.
No one's going to be like, no, you don't. Who's going to argue?
Yeah. No one's going to argue.
Because maybe you have a mute taste and it might just be off. You know?
One of the things I've run into is pigeonholing myself in a type of wine or a class of wine that I think I like best, and then to be proven wrong, like a Pinot Noir, which I usually don't drink at all because I've had some bad experience with Pinot Noir, or Malbec, or Syrah. And some places know how to crush it, and it's so good.
In my own personal collection, I have like 8 or 9 bottles of Syrah, and I kept asking my wife, why do we keep having bottles of Syrah? Is it from a club? No, it literally is because we keep buying Syrah. So the thing about wine, too, is when you're out with friends, I honestly believe that it's the feeling, because I've had bottles of wine where I'm like, this wine is amazing, and then I'm at home with my wife and I open the same exact kind of bottle and it's not great because that moment was great.
Yeah.
So the wine was flowing and everybody was talking and you're having a great time. You're like, this wine is phenomenal. But that's why I have so much Syrah, and I was always like, I don't like Syrah, but I kept buying it because it really was good. It really was good because Syrahs are hit or miss.
Yeah.
Like, you can find a good Cab Sauv almost everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
you can't go wrong with Cab Sauv.
Or Merlot, you could hit or miss Merlot too.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like we went to the Can and we had ordered that bottle of Cab, the Cab Sauv, and it was not bad, but it wasn't great. It was a cheaper bottle, and it was okay, but we let it breathe. It sat there for a while, and then as we let it sit there and breathe, we ended up either tasting better, or we just got a little more tipsy and everything tasted good. But yeah, so what we're drinking today is a Cab Sauv from Board Track Racer. It's a offset of Mark Ryan, part of the same family. And if you go to Walla Walla, they actually have 2 different tasting rooms. They have the Mark Ryan tasting room there. Right across the street from the car museum is they have their own tasting room, the Board Track Racer, just for that. And I guess they built that whole wine thing was based off of race cars and doing the whole racing scene.
Yep.
So so that's what we're drinking today. Who brought that? Was it you or you? Who brought it?
Alex.
All right, Alex brought that one. So this is so each week we're kind of taking turns bringing stuff over. Whether we hit my cabinet here, my wine rack, they're bringing something in. So we'll kind of cover different wines and our little bit our favorites here that we enjoy and that we want to share together. So he's got a bottle that he's got queued up. Want to talk about that, or is that for another second?
Oh, yeah. So I brought Magnum Capital Call, and I think probably we're going to have to bring it in here so you guys could see it. So we were out the last time we did an event in Walla Walla. We were out at different tasting rooms, and we went into Capital Call, and this is an old bank.
Yep.
With a bank vault
The
that was
oldest
turned.
bank, I believe.
Yep. One of the oldest banks. There are quite a few banks that they turn those into wine tasting rooms over there in Walla Walla now, and it was just somewhere that the people that were throwing the event brought us, and it was amazing. The people that work over there at Capital Call are amazing. Be careful because they pour heavy.
Love them.
I think me and Alex were sitting up at that bar for a while, and I mean, he just kept pouring wine. He was like, "Oh, this isn't a part of your tasting, but try this."
Kevin was pouring the wine.
Kevin, yeah, and he was awesome, and he brought that bottle, that Capital Call Magnum out, and we bought one right away. You bought one, right?
Oh yeah,
I got one.
I already joined the club. I'm like,
I have that Magnum inside the house of that Bordeaux we got too.
That's right.
Remember that big bottle
from France?
And that was like some of those bottles that the store that was just right down the street, wine store. And they had all these great Bordeaux's, and they had Magnum size where, if you're not familiar with Magnum, it's like 1.5 liters. So it's like equivalent of 2 bottles, Costco size, so to speak. But it was like $15.
Wow.
And it was a Bordeaux.
Very
$15 to $20.
Wow.
And we opened it. We didn't have to let it breathe that much, but it was good to go. And so I was able to smuggle one back. And now I have that, but it's on queue. I'm waiting. Haven't cracked into it yet because I would have done it a long time ago. I'm waiting for us to book our next trip to Paris. And this time you're going. But once we get that on the books and planned and ticket spot, then I'm going to break open that bottle and we're going to drink it because I know we can buy another one.
I think we ought to do this. Instead of going...
But we got Italy you're talking about.
I want to go to Italy, but why don't we hit Paris first and then get down to Italy? We can take
Sorry,
the
we're getting
train.
a little bit off track. That was in the notes here, so we're just jumping around here. So we're in segment 3.
We'll jump back to this part here, these plans, more details here in a bit. Thanks for keeping us on track, Mike.
I got to keep us on track. We kind of get a little bit out of control because we're still new at doing this. You guys are just seeing the conversations that we have. So we all committed to doing this podcast because these are the conversations, how they go with us. And we thought that people out there would really enjoy having that conversation with us and asking questions, and really asking yourselves, how did these guys get to this point? Because even if I go home to see my family and I tell them that I'm a big wine drinker and I travel to Europe and do all of these things, or you meet me, you probably are not, that's not the first thing you're going to think about me. But I got to that point because of the people that I know and the lifestyle that I want to live.
Yeah.
And you could be a ruffian and a regular guy and have a bougie lifestyle. You could do those things. You don't need to be set to one dynamic anymore. It's not like the 1950s anymore where men were one certain way and, didn't take care of themselves and they didn't need a doctor and they didn't need to take care of their health and all these things because that's what made a man a man. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I take good care of myself. I make sure that I buy all kinds of nice clothes and, just everything that I can do to make myself feel good.
It puts the lotion on its face.
Kind of what we talked about on the last podcast or last week's episode was it's not about the money. It is, but it isn't about the money. It's about the vibe. And you can be a regular Joe blue collar and you can have fun as long as you're confident in your skin, confident in your way things happen, the way you're living your life, as long as you're living life to the fullest, right?
Yep.
But the cool thing about this, though, is you guys get to partake firsthand of when we plan our trips moving forward because, we're going to have these discussions together with each other. And these guys here watching us can see how our trips come to life.
Yeah, and you can judge if it's right for you.
Throw some
or if
ideas
you have,
in there, too, if you have any places that we should go visit.
Oh, I would love
ideas
that.
of how to
tell
do
us
things.
Tell us where to go check out because we're always, we have places we want to go see, but you don't know what you don't know, right?
We're open-minded, absolutely.
And if you live in Europe, if you're watching us from Europe, I have friends that are Sweden that may end up watching. I have some people over there. So if you have any ideas for to come visit and you live in Europe and you got a place for us to stay,
we're there.
We're there.
Or a place nearby that you would recommend.
We'll go there and we'll bring the wine.
Right? We'll bring
Unless
the wine.
you got some wine you want us to try. So we love trying new wines too. But yeah, that's one thing. So recapping the week, there's a lot to digest of what happened or what we did. It's kind of all blends in, but I know after the last episode, we went to Hot Pot.
Oh yeah, we did the hot pot.
Pot.
Yep.
Yeah,
hot pot out in Bellevue.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we got there, and I think we were big enough of a table. I think we had 7. Anything more than 6 or more, it was kind of hard for them to fit us in the last second. So we had quite a bit of a wait, an hour. It wasn't too bad though, because they had some snacks out that we were able to snack on, and we were watching the Mariners.
Yeah.
So that kind of passed by the time, and they lost, but then they ended up winning a couple. So here we are, Game 7.
Game 7.
Okay.
Oh, Mariners need a win. Let's go, Mariners.
Yeah, let's go. We need one more in the World Series, first time ever. So
Yeah.
That's right.
we'll be watching that from the Seahawks game when we go today. We're going to go check out Monday Night Football.
So, and I want to touch base, and probably people out there, you're gonna love me, you're gonna hate me, and that's okay with me. I've had that theme the entire time I've lived out here. I've been out here since 2007, January 2007. And I am a Seahawks fan, but more than that, I'm a Patriots fan. And Patriots had some really great times in the past. We were very blessed to have Tom Brady and the crew that was with him for years and years. And then that all kind of fell apart, but the Patriots are looking really, really strong this year. Drake May is putting up record numbers. And I'm really excited to see them finally, come back from disarray for at least the past 4 years.
Yeah.
The past 4 years they've been a mess. So then they brought Mike Vrabel, who, if you don't know, Mike Vrabel was a Patriots player, and the only passes he ever caught in the NFL, because he was on the O-line, he did catch passes. All were touchdown passes from Tom Brady. So he would, like, out of nowhere, here's this lineman or whatever position he played in the end zone, and he's catching a touchdown pass, which is pretty awesome. So now they got an actual player who has a Patriots heart, and they brought back the offensive coach, Josh McDaniels, and they are looking strong. We're talking 5-2 now. So their 5-2 record, they are looking great, and I'm really excited to see what they do. Same thing with the Seahawks, right? Seahawks are looking really, really strong.
Really good. Year. I think some of the losses that they had this year was kind of on themselves, though. Not that they were outplayed. Right. I think they were just dropped the ball a few places, but pick up and keep moving on, and adapt and overcome. And I think we have a good season ahead of us.
Yeah, and the Seahawks haven't lost a game where you could say that was a terrible loss. Like, they totally
wasn't a blowout.
No, like it was like a kick.
Yeah, one or two score difference, and
eventually we're gonna start getting pictures and videos of the things that we've done in the past, like Seahawks games, Paris. Oh God, man, I was out in 5 countries, 15 days. I got so many pictures from that trip. We went out and seen Vlad the Impaler, the basis of Dracula. We were at his castle and where he was born.
Oh, yeah,
it was super, super cool. So you guys will see pictures and videos of those trips that we've done. And I think you guys will be a little more excited when you start to see that, we're not just blowing smoke up your butt. We really do these things.
But yeah, I think I got Alex's set up on our Facebook page, and I just got to get you set up. That way, as we're going places or doing something, or we're out together, or we take any pictures on our phones, we can upload it straight to the stories. And if we go to Facebook stories, it'll automatically push to Instagram stories. And then,
all right.
And then we can do that and show it that way, and then we can put together some stuff and put it on TikTok.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. So I'll get you some access probably later today.
Like me and Alex, your wife hasn't been too involved yet, but me and Alex, our wives are like always about doing some kind of dance or move.
Oh.
So you'll see. We'll post the video where I think there was an old Instagram theme where people were clapping and then moving, and it was the next scene.
Oh yeah, the transitions. I saw that.
Me and Alex did that all the way across France.
That's right.
So we'll post that video, guys, so you guys can see it.
Yeah, we'll throw that up there.
We look ridiculous, but it was so much fun.
And the girls were happy with our performance.
The girls were happy.
I wanted to throw in our 80s thing. I don't know if it worked, but because it was off of your wife's Instagram, it said not found. But then if you click on it, it works. So the people that are not on her
I'll get it.
following.
I'll get that.
But if you can give me the actual video, I can upload it directly to Facebook, or you can upload it directly to Facebook.
For you guys out there, that's when we went to
the day we first
Prosser.
Met. Yes, and that's when we all met.
We went to Prosser for the weekend. It was when we first met, and everybody did an 80s theme. So we are dressed like we're in the 80s, and again, we probably look ridiculous, and we really don't care. We had so much fun.
It was fun.
Yeah. It was so much fun.
Wine, more wine, and some rosé slushies.
That's right.
Remember those? Yeah. The frosés?
And I think you guys are actually more versed. Well, maybe that's not the right word. You guys have been drinking wine longer than me.
For me, it's probably 2012.
For me, it's probably 2 years.
Oh, okay.
Right? So it was right before we went to France. Was that 2 years ago?
Yeah, no, 3. Almost 3.
3 years ago. So yeah, maybe 3 years ago, but then I kind of got spoiled.
Yeah, he got spoiled. He got spoiled quickly. Very spoiled.
I became friends with some people that are like red carpet
winemakers
in the wine world, and taken.
And you guys will hopefully get to meet them soon, because we need to, as we get our stuff going on the podcast, we need to start sending invites out to people to be our guests.
Oh, we go over there.
And then if we get them on there,
Murray would be a great guest. He's such an intelligent person, an amazing person to know.
The question would be, for our first guest, do we bring Kieran on first, or do we bring Sherry on?
Or maybe both.
Or both.
They are, mind-blowing couple.
Dynamic
Talk about
duo.
power couple.
Yeah.
Those guys have built some things, some some businesses that are just mind blowing what they do, and their mindset. Like you want to have the right mindset in this world, and them two are just always on.
And they dabble a little bit on everything too. Just kind of like they got their travel business. They've got their, and here's a shout out to the Northwest Wine Group. What's the actual title? Is it?
Let's talk about Northwest Wines
yes.
on Facebook, so you guys could check them out there.
And I want to post
Ignite You Travel.
Ignite You Travel. They've got the travel company. They got the wine enthusiast kind of group where they.
And then the food.
They're starting the Passport to Table.
Passport to
with
Table
your
with
wife.
Sherry and my wife.
Yeah.
Where they cook food, so you can watch them cook all kinds of foods, and then you can order through them. And what you get when you order through them is you get the entire experience. It's not just food. So they send you the food, they send you the table settings, the wine, how to pair it, how to dress your table, the whole experience.
Oh, so they're setting up a whole, or you can order a package, and they'll send you like the recipe.
They'll send you all the food, all the table settings, all of the wine. Like, imagine if you were having an event and you're like, I need to nail this event. I need all the wine. I need all the food. I even need to know how to set my table. Sherry does all of that for you.
So are they? So they're sending the raw food, or are they cooking it and sending it? Or
no, it's raw.
Okay.
And then you can watch her cook it.
Okay. So it's kind of like one of those Blue Aprons, or one of those like home delivery where you get like the precise measurements and the recipe, but a little bit more than that. You've got the table settings, you've got the whole experience.
She gives you the music,
paired music, wine,
everything.
Yeah,
she gives you absolutely everything. And let me tell you, if since you guys have never met her or know, I could tell you from experience, her cooking is just amazing.
I mean, when we went stayed at their house at Walla Walla, she was cooking over there, and she made some really good food there.
Delicious.
Really great food, yeah.
I'm still waiting, Sherry. You said you're going to have us over soon. My tummy is rumbling. But yeah, so we've got a lot of guests, whether, military colleagues or people that, around the world, people that we know that may hit the Boujee theme, and they may not. It might be something different, but yeah, that's the plan. We just got to figure out, once we get our stuff going, start sending invites, get people on here, and yeah, we can tap in. But like I said, we were talking about the Northwest Wine Groups. I'm gonna end up posting this episode or a link to our podcast in that group, just like we did at Ignite You.
Northwest Wines, yeah. So let's talk about Northwest Wines as a place that you can go if you're new, or even if you're just going to a new area. It has over, I think it's close to 16,000 members now. So say you're going out to, let's say, Leavenworth, and you're like, hey, what's happening in Leavenworth? Where do I find good wine? Where's a good hotel to stay at? You go on there and people will literally tell you where to stay, what to drink, where to eat. So it's a great source to find great wine and food and places to stay in Washington or the Pacific Northwest.
And that's where I met a wine sommelier in Sweden, in Malmo, Sweden, and talking to him about, it was a gin bar that we were in, talking about where we were from. And when we mentioned, Tacoma, he's like, oh, I know about Tacoma. I love Tacoma and Washington. Well, love Washington and Washington wines. And we had this whole conversation. Come to find out, he is in this group.
Yeah.
And I was like, no way. So,
all over the world.
So there's so many people in this group that are from all over. And I would not think that a local Swede from up there who travels to Washington for the wine stuff, but I didn't think he would be in this group. But
that's
I
amazing.
really want to have them on guests, so I don't want to get into the history of how they started all of these
things. We'll let them.
I would love to let them do it, but their story it's pretty amazing. Well, you guys will hopefully get to meet them. They are some of my favorite people.
And hopefully you guys, the people in the group, will come and watch our podcast. So shout out to you if you're watching this and you're from the Northwest Wine Group. If you are, drop a comment, let us know so that we know where you're coming from there. And well, hopefully those are kind of our people too, like the wine group, Northwest Wines. There's a lot of same-minded people that love the same wine. So it's a culture. I think this is where our podcast will fit in with a lot of people there too.
Absolutely.
So did any of us have a Boujee moment of the week? Or month? Anything major?
I mean, it was definitely this week. We got dressed up to the Keys, right?
Yeah, we looked really good. Our girls made us look really good when we went out.
Did we buy it? You guys buy anything this month or week or anything like that? We didn't need to, but we just did. Other than that, I wanted to, but that 5,000, 6,000 bottle of wine at the butcher's table.
Well, you guys thought I bought a $600 bottle.
I did. When you ordered that, I was looking at the wrong one. Same thing, but I was looking at some of the prices. They're like $6,000 for a Magnum, and I thought the one you picked was $600. I was like,
that was still pricey.
I'm gonna stick with the $100 buy-in at this point right now, because the more we drink, the more I don't want to spend the expensive stuff, because I'd rather have that in the beginning. But yeah.
For me, the bougie moments are usually like if I want to buy something that it's not crazy expensive, a few $100s, I just buy it. Mm-hmm. I just literally buy it, and the bougie moments really are for me when I'm out with friends, and I pay for it. That's the bougie moment that I have for me that feels good, because if you go out with me, we're having a race to pay for it.
Yeah. But the thing that gets me every time, though, is just because when it comes to wine like that, is because we've had that bottle of wine. Mm-hmm. And we've only paid like $60, $70 because we got it directly at...
$150 bottle we can get for $40.
Yeah. And that's kind of noticed at the Lazy Ballerina. But all these, businesses, they've got to make money somehow. They're buying it. So it's all a profit game and, that. So I get it. I understand. But sometimes it's hard for me to be like, I want to have this wine, but I have it sitting at home on my wine rack for $50. But do I want to spend the $150, $200?
Yeah,
and it's like, oh. But sometimes you just gotta do it. Like I said, it's the vibe. We're vibing in the moment. We had a really good dinner.
And for me, I always say, I work really hard. I work a lot, and what I don't want to do is I don't want to be looking at my bank account when I'm out with friends. Yeah, I just want to be like, take my card. Let's move on with our conversation and the time that we're having with our wives. And if we have other friends with us, like, it's the best time. Why are we talking about money? Like, that bougie moment is for me is just to push it aside, and it's literally not even a side note to me.
I think the bougie moment also is for me is when I don't, like you said, have to think about the money, or I don't allow myself to think about the money.
And just do it.
Just okay.
Full send.
I am not going to look at every single itemized piece of the bill or what it's going to cost. No, I know that I can afford to pay for it. As long as it doesn't go over like $2,000 for a meal or something like that, hey, we're okay.
Because you got to have multiple $2,000 meals.
Yeah, then I might have a problem.
Yeah. I was looking at that one. I asked about that market price on that ribeye. Mm-hmm. That was going to be my bougie splurge right there. I was like, I didn't know how much it was, but I was like, yeah. But then they came back and said that was 55 ounces. I was like, yeah, not even for all of us. We're not going to eat.
Yeah, it's way too much food for all of us.
50, 60 ounces. I was like, okay, well, we'll just stick to the 8-ounce steak. What's the most ridiculous reason you've ever justified spending money? What do you say to convince yourself that it's okay on something ridiculous?
Alex?
Well, for me, that would be, it's better to have and not need than need and not have. So that is kind of like my cue to, hey, I might need this. I think one of my most recent regretful spends was on a IR night vision scope. And that means you need infrared, like an infrared light, to see. So it's not truly a night vision scope. It just picks up IR, which is infrared. So that was not really the best use of my money.
But you could buy some IR lights now for your VR.
What'd you tell yourself about buying that?
What if all of the electricity went out and I needed to protect my domain from intruders or something like that? Just
crazy town.
No, not really crazy town. Hey, that's I go in.
He went to the conspiracy side.
He went to the prepper.
I went to the prepper. I'm
Doomsday.
Like, if a prepper needed one of these, this is why they need it.
The most normal person probably would use a flashlight.
Yeah,
but hey,
I didn't want to
be bougie though.
I don't want to be seen, so that's my bougie.
Yes,
clandestine.
That's your guilty pleasure.
Yes.
Yeah. I would agree though with having something more or less like I do the same thing when it comes to even food when we're going out for dinner and stuff like that. I always order way more than we need, and it's like I'd rather have the food and the snacks and all the good stuff and all the wines and everything, and order enough rather than being like, oh, didn't order enough and now I'm still hungry or we're still want more drinks.
For me, I think the most ridiculous reasons that I spend money is probably starting from the first river cruise and moving through. Even now, the first time we went on a river cruise was this guy here roped me in.
Yeah, so I would say to the listeners and the viewers, if you're going to look at a large investment, don't do it while you're really, really getting into a good bottle of wine, because it just makes it makes it so much better to make that decision, or easier, I should say, much easier to make a decision.
That's where some of my trips that are planned in the hot tub with bottles of wine already down. I think the wife and I would decide, hey, we're going to go do a Norwegian tour and go out this way. We end up with Sweden. And
well, in that moment, in my mind, I just told myself, my friends are going and asked us to go. And I just told myself, like, I don't care what it costs, I'm going. And I'm not going to touch any more on that, because we have later in the segment how we're going to talk about travel and budgeting smart. And that's a piece of it, because when you first hear the tag on some of these, it's pretty high. But how we get through those and budget them is pretty smart, and we'll get into that after.
Yeah. So upgrades coming to the studio. Just kind of, we're having some plans here. I think we're gonna redo it. Start off right now with our drapes in the back. The carpets do match the drapes. Well, maybe not. The carpet's a little gray.
We are still looking for tapestry.
Yeah, so if you know anyone that is like has a good line hookup with tapestry and can put it, we want to do like a logo or stuff in the background, let us know. Otherwise, we're still looking for that. We're gonna empty out this whole studio and move a lot of stuff into the garage once that gets all done up, and then we're gonna redo this whole room and turn it into an actual studio.
And at that point, I think we know a good contractor. We're gonna change all the lighting and sound options for this space.
Yeah.
So everything's built in, so that we don't have all the gear that we have now everywhere. It's gonna be either mounted or
organized
or installed inside the walls. So that's the plan.
That's the plan. So
you guys keep watching. I think by the time we're done with this studio, it's going to look pretty cool.
Yeah, each week we've got something different changing, and I think once we get to the end, it'll be exciting to look back in our first podcast and then come to that and see how much it's changed.
How much we've changed.
Yeah, well, that's
true.
You've already changed a lot in 5 years. We already talked about that.
Yeah, I think so.
We got to throw your photo up there from 5 years ago and be like, hey, do you recognize this guy?
Huh? We were talking about that at dinner, where I show pictures, and people have said, is that AI? And it really isn't.
No,
really
that was just Mike
me.
5 years ago.
Or if you look at pictures of me and Alex when we were young, whoa.
Yeah, totally different.
There's a picture up there on Facebook now of me as young Sergeant Frazier, and doesn't even look like me.
Yeah, and when I was a sergeant, I looked like a kid.
Yeah, well,
with an army suit on.
Right? You looked exactly like a kid playing army.
Yeah,
for sure.
So we're moving into the whole fall, right? It's now summer's over. We're kind of getting to the fall seasons.
Yeah.
What is your guys' go-to for wine? Do you like a good red? I mean, I know red wines, but do you guys like white wines or rosés, or what do we?
In the summertime, I like a good white. If you're sitting out on the golf course or just chilling outside, you don't want to drink a heavy red in the sun or the heat when it's like 95 degrees outside. You're just gonna feel sluggish, and
But I love my reds.
Reds are my go-to. And prior to this, I would laugh at you if you were trying to give me white wines. I was like, that's what people drink when they don't really drink wine, is whites. But in the summertime, there's some great white wines out there. But now we're getting into those, all the fall releases are coming from all the wineries in the Pacific Northwest, and I'm excited to get those.
Yeah, I'm not a big white wine fan. 'Cause I haven't found one that I liked, but there's still plenty out there I haven't tried.
Yeah.
And I'm still open to trying different white wines. There has been a couple that I have tried that were okay, but I think that's where I kind of make that compromise and I go with the rosé, kind of like the in-between.
Oh, yeah.
And I like a good rosé because it's nice and chilled, and especially a good sparkling rosé.
Right.
And I think that kind of hits the spot for me on summertime. But wine coming up in fall, get back to my reds.
Reds are great in fall, but as it gets cold, I'll tell you, the warm wines or the Glühwein, where it's all warmed up.
Yeah.
It really
like
warms
if you guys
the
go
soul.
out to Leavenworth. Leavenworth has the best one I've ever had.
Yeah, and Leavenworth is modeled after a little German town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that wine is awesome. They put a cinnamon stick in it.
Yep.
Oh man.
Clove, cinnamon stick, and I think a little bit of what's it, bay leaves or something like that. But
I don't know the exact recipe, but it was great. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try that. I know, yeah, especially when it comes into like winter and cold, getting into the whole whiskeys and certain things like drinks like that, they hit the spot too.
That's Alex's Achilles heel. Is I'm a Scotch drinker. I love
Go
Scotch.
little.
Alex can only sip.
Yeah, I can only sip on Scotch or whiskeys or stuff like that. But tequila, that's another story.
Tequila.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll bring that into it too with our feature segment here. Upcoming
Scotches, you bring your tequila.
Oh, I'm going to bring a tequila that most people in in North America are not familiar with, but it is phenomenal.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't realize how involved tequila was until we went to Mexico.
It's an art.
And it's just as many like out there, just like wine. When they have tequila tastings, it's just like wine tastings where you go different ones and they pair differently, but they're sweet or not. They have sweet ones. They've got ones that are like burn going down.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And for me, when I was growing up, all you have is those bad memories of tequila that you just want to throw up when you drink
One
it.
tequila, two tequila, three tequila floor.
I didn't know till I met Alex and he was like, "You got to try this," and I was like, but it doesn't.
There's some of them that don't burn.
It's the same thing with everything. As you age, you realize you got to spend a little money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, who wants to drink, Jim Beam? No offense to Jim Beam, but it's a cheap whiskey.
Yeah.
So I remember I tried Jack Daniels again. And I was like, why would you drink this?
Yeah, the basic Jack and Cokes or Jack Daniels, just
even Captain and
cheap
Cokes.
stuff.
I'm like,
they make some really good. The more expensive stuff is where it's at.
It doesn't even taste like a tequila. It tastes.
No. Oh,
it's
yeah.
amazing.
Those expensive tequilas I had like in Mexico, they just went down so smooth. Like I never associated tequila with a smooth tasting drink, and the same thing. They depending on the barrels or what they age it in and what they even put in tequila in, makes a whole difference.
Like a wine
on the casting.
Scotch too.
I suggest within the next few weeks of doing the podcast that we each bring in a guest bottle.
Okay.
And we can try with shots of each other's drinks and kind of rate them.
I'll bring Scotch.
I'm bringing tequila.
Yeah.
All right, and then I'll bring some wine. Maybe we'll find maybe a good gin, maybe.
Okay, yeah.
I can do.
Okay, convince me about the gin. I'd like to be convinced because
I learned a
not
good gin and tonic. I don't like gin and tonics. I don't like that. But when I went to Malmo in Sweden, and I went to that wine bar with the guy the gin bar where the wine sommelier that's in the group. He made me one of the best gin and tonics I had. And he told me his art of like keeping it cold, of all the ice cubes, like 25 ice cubes.
Did you drink it through the luge? A luge, like what do you call it? Ice luge?
No.
Okay.
He just put a little like a bowl type cup, and he poured like 25 ice cubes in there. And his trick, he told me, was like using cold tonic water and cold gin, like and more, so that way it doesn't melt quickly. And then 25 ice cubes kept it nice and cold. And it was a 3-to-1 ratio. He went through the whole thing, and it was really good. And I'll have to try to recreate it.
Oh my.
It was a local Swedish gin, which was good. But then the tonic that he used was an elderberry tonic, Tonic Fever, I think it was, or one of those brands.
Ooh.
So
see, something like that would set me on a path to find the best one I could find. Because you remember what happened to me with espresso martinis.
Oh gosh!
So I had the best espresso martini, which I wasn't even an espresso martini drinker. We were out in somewhere in Bordeaux, France, and we just happened to stop at this old monastery. And inside of there, they had a little bar, and I was like, I have no idea what I want. It's the middle of the day, and the girl was like, in French accent, which I'm not going to try to do. Why don't you try this espresso martini? And it was amazing. And ever since then, I'm like everywhere trying to find one that's as good, if not better. So if you know the best espresso martini place in Washington State, put it in the chat, because I'd love to try it. And that would be the same thing with your drink. I'd be on a mission to try to find one that's as good.
As good, yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely. What's your recent pairing of wine and food that you found?
So Sherry Murray made Greek meat kebabs. And she paired them with a bunch of side dishes. And then she had a Cantos Merlot that was paired with it. And it was pretty great. And if you don't know, Cantos, they're a Greek family.
Oh, are they?
So they
did not know
least,
that.
Yeah, they're Greek, and they spend at least a couple weeks every year in Greece. So I mean, Cantos goes great with everything.
Yeah. So far, I haven't had a bad glass or bottle of Cantos yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of the bottles I recently had, someone asked what I was pairing it with, and I said, a glass? Because that's all you need for Cantos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to pair it with anything. But for me, any steak.
I would say, especially
Steak
when it
is
comes to the
great.
reds and some of the bolder wines, all the cabs that we drink, it goes so well with steaks. I'm a sucker for a good steak and a good bottle of wine.
Same. It's always a safe bet anywhere you go is give me a good steak. Right? Because everybody else here eats seafood. I do not.
You don't eat seafood, but see, that would be that's where I like wine with like shrimp scampi or something. I can do a white wine in that aspect.
See, that sounds disgusting.
Yeah. And you say you're from the East Coast. Of
Oh,
Boston.
here we go again.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
We got
Everybody
an East Coast
says
guy
everybody
that doesn't eat
You're like
seafood.
You are at the heart of seafood over there.
Hey, I know New England, the lobster,
Yeah, that's
lobster,
lamb,
all of that.
I
Yeah,
mean-
still don't like it.
The best lobster bake I had was over in Boston.
Yeah,
Okay, so
A guy.
I'm aware.
you know-
I'm aware. If you go to a grocery store, any grocery store in New England, especially this time of year,
They've got his picture up there because they know the only guy in New England that doesn't like seafood.
so you go in and they have just tanks full of lobsters in the grocery stores, and you pick
Pick
yours.
It's like old school Red Lobster.
I haven't seen
Yeah.
that here anywhere.
Only in Red Lobster.
Maybe
they
here,
used to
but
have it in I don't think they
I
do
haven't
it
been to Red
anymore.
Lobster.
not in a grocery
years.
store. In grocery stores, you pick them. In New England, anywhere.
Nice, yeah. I haven't seen that here at all.
You know, a couple things about lobster. Number one, it used to be a food that they fed prisoners.
Yeah, it was
Really?
yeah, it was
Yeah,
garbage.
It was
food.
garbage food.
Yeah.
And they used to have lobsters 100 pounds, ginormous lobsters that were, who knows, 100, 120 years old.
Yeah.
But now they've overfished them enough, and now that they're such a delicacy, you can only get them like small, and you have to throw the rest of them back.
So now
if
they're rare
bigger.
and
Yeah.
cost more money because they overdid it.
Yep.
Man, that's some good. You're missing out, man. I know you don't think so, but you're missing out.
See, if you were into lobsters, I could show you how to make a lobster butter.
Do you like escargot?
I do not,
Oh, okay.
but I could say I've tried it.
I would say because
I am the kind of guy that I gotta try it.
I can't say escargot is like lobster,
No,
but
it's not.
it's totally different. But it
it's
reminds me of a similar, like
Consistency. That
maybe it's probably the butter and the garlic.
the butter and the
So
garlic.
if,
Yeah.
if for me, if you're gonna try something like escargot, where's the best place to do it?
In Paris.
That's where
Belgium.
We did it.
Yeah.
You remember we did it?
Oh yeah, we did it in
Oh,
Paris,
yeah.
but I loved Belgium even more.
Yeah.
When I went to Belgium, I tried escargot for the first time. I thought
Yes.
that was, but you know, Belgium has a lot of French backing, so it's pretty similar.
Well, that's the first time I've had escargot was in Paris, and I tried doing it on a cruise on the way to Alaska, Royal Caribbean cruise, and it came out all congealed and cold, and it was not it.
Nope. I'm all set with that.
You're not gonna
Did
find
it again in Paris when we went,
yeah.
and it was you were there when we
Yeah,
went. Yeah,
it was okay.
It wasn't bad. Yeah, it was good. I like the melted butter and garlic. Best restaurant.
Oh,
What's the
yeah.
bougie restaurant.
What do you got
right
for me,
now?
Alex? What do you got?
I really enjoy steakhouse restaurants, but
What are you gatekeeping? What are you hiding from us?
Don't take my restaurant because that one's mine. The one here.
I would say honestly, for the bang for the buck, I really like Indochin.
Oh
Indochin, you got great food. It's Thai. I mean, it's just delicious.
It's like the bougie Thai.
It's a bougie Thai, yeah.
And it's not that expensive.
Yeah. But there's one coming up in Kent where it's a mix, and it's It's you've been there.
Oh, you sent the is that the link you're talking about, the hot pot and
a hot pot and the Korean.
No, I think you sent that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you not been there?
I haven't been to that one. No.
So
that's why I said when you said that we're going. We got to do it.
What's the name? What's the name of it?
Barbecue. Hang on.
He'll pull
I'll
it up
get back.
while we
I'll
talk.
have to
Ray,
get
what do you
back
got
to you.
for us?
So I'll let you go because that way I don't take yours. You talk about.
Okay.
If we're thinking of the same place.
It's a little more pricey, but definitely one of my favorite places here in Tacoma is Corno Bravo.
See, that's a good thing I let you go because that would have been on my list right
But
there.
how did you find out about Corno Bravo?
I forgot how I found out.
It was from me.
Was it from you?
Yeah.
It was right when it opened up.
Yeah.
And I think I want to say I went there before I met you.
So Corno
We
Bravo
went there for an anniversary.
was a different steakhouse prior, and me and Brenda used to go to that steakhouse, and then it closed. And then Corno Bravo opened a few years ago, and we were like, "What is this place?" And it is a it's not Mexican, Brazilian,
Brazilian,
steakhouse.
yeah.
It's like a Brazilian,
man. The food there is just amazing. Talk about that potato. The potato's like this.
Oh yeah, it was.
I don't think I'm
really good.
exaggerating. It's huge. It's like a 4-pound potato.
And they have the A5 Wagyu and all the expensive Wagyus,
yeah.
are
If you wanna
Australian
get
and
that.
Japan. And it's just one of those. They bring it up, but it's cook yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And that
It's
is
really
very
delicious there.
It's not really
though,
cook yourself. They bring it out cooked, but you can leave it on the stone
as long as you want.
Yeah.
They leave it up to you
Yeah.
to do that. And that scared my wife to the point where she's like, I don't want to fuck it up. This is, I mean, it's like a $200 piece of meat,
Yeah.
a small meat, and she's and I understand. I'm like, yeah, I don't want you to fuck it up either,
Yeah.
because this is like an expensive piece of meat, and if you're gonna cook it just a little too long, too much, you can possibly ruin it. And who wants to ruin a $200 piece of meat?
I'd rather have a tomahawk steak than
yes,
What's your
a
pick?
Wagyu, whatever.
I did get one from H&L one time down the street, like the Tacoma guys.
Yeah.
They had cowboy steaks, kind of like almost like a tomahawk. They had the big old bone on the end of it.
Yeah.
Thing. And it's like, I bought a couple of those and, it was so good.
What those run, if you don't mind me asking?
I think that came out like $40-$50.
That's it?
$40, yeah.
A piece?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if
do that.
tomahawks were different.
So
I
I had to look it up, guys. A lot of people don't know this, and I was really surprised. So they have a place in the casino at BJ's, and it is called.
Is that some 512 in I-5?
It's on Pacific Ave, and it is called Miss Jane's. So very, very high end, incredible food, very new. I think it's only been around for about 6 months.
Where's
Miss
BJ's
Jane's?
Casino?
BJ's Casino is on Pacific Highway in Fife.
Okay, in Fife.
Gotcha. Oh, it's right down the street from you, right?
Right down the street from the motel that we have.
Right near Emerald Queens?
But our friends have
Before you get
invited
there.
us.
Okay.
I mean, from his place.
Yeah, so you guys can look it up. It's
That's
called Miss
surprising.
Jane's, and the view is beautiful. The restaurant is beautiful. You go in and you don't actually have to walk onto the casino floor. You cut up the stairs and go up. The only issue is you can't bring kids.
Oh,
So kids are
Darn.
not allowed because 21 or over. But check it out. That place, the food was really great. They have an amazing chef out there, and it's not that expensive.
so okay, Corner Bravo for you.
Yeah.
I think a really good bougie place out in the area here, all Pacific Northwest. I'd say In-N-Out, but I love In-N-Out. It's not bougie, but I just love In-N-Out. But when it comes to a restaurant, we went to El Gaucho,
Yep.
and I think that place is pretty bougie, really, but it's good quality. I mean,
It is. And I got some good things to say about it. Even though the price is a bit high, or probably one of the highest, they will accommodate you. Like if you need a ride somewhere in downtown, they'll get you downtown with their own private van.
Yeah.
It's not extra cost or
Full
charge.
service.
Full service, yeah.
I mean, you get what you pay for, but the wife wanted crab legs, king crab legs, and there was like $100 a leg, and that was like, all right, well, only live once, right? But, and I know that's why it's a good thing for him. He doesn't like crab. But yeah, so those places really good. Like the mashed potatoes, I was like asking him, how did you get them so they put it through a ricer and they sit there and mix it for a day.
And they're right next door to the melting pot.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
that's
another
right.
good place.
It's an incredible experience.
So the funny thing is, I believe Laura had to talk to your wife, Brenda. I wanted to propose to her at a nice place, so I was going to take her to the melting pot, and she just didn't want to go out that night. And I had to convince her, and I think she even called up Brenda or something like that, and Brenda's like, just go out, just go have a nice time.
Yeah.
So she begrudgingly went to the melting pot, and I presented her engagement ring to her there.
That's awesome.
Well,
Which surprised the staff too, and they gave us a whole bunch of stuff, but they were super cool.
And then, I think I think we all need to go to the melting pot at some point and like a little celebration. 'Cause it's funny because the melting pot was where Carolyn and I's first date.
Wow.
Oh, that's interesting.
I was
Very
trying to impress her.
interesting.
I was like, okay,
That-
first date, go impress. I'm like, let's go to the melting pot. At the time, I was like, that's bougie for me at the time.
Yeah.
Same here.
Because young and everything else. And I was like, okay, this is fancy. Even though it's not, looking back at it now, it's not as fancy compared to some places we've been now. But it's still a good, like, old. It's always a
we were
favorite.
trying to make an impression. Taking our girls.
Finished
to
like three bottles of wine there at the melting pot. We've done that on our anniversary.
And does that make us old everywhere we go? We try to find like nice restaurants and good wine.
Oh.
I think
It's
I don't think it makes us old.
no. I think, but we get to the point where we're going to a restaurant based on the wine, starting to
Get up there.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to go to this. I'll go to this restaurant because this has a good bottle of wine. They have a good selection. And that's how we're getting old.
We're getting refined.
Yes.
Finally.
They have so many new gadgets on how to open a wine, like wine corks and stuff like that. But how many times do we take these old school corks like this and just snap off the cork?
Oh yeah.
It's been more than once for me.
Yes.
That's the
Multiple
most
times.
treacherous thing when I'm with all my friends and I put that cork in and
The pressure's on.
pressure's on.
Don't fuck it up.
Don't fuck it up. And then you pull it out and only half of that cork comes out and you're just standing there like, and then you're at somebody else's house and you're like, hey, you got something I can get this cork out with?
But then you gotta adapt to it and be like, okay, now I gotta put the corkscrew in more, but now I gotta get it out without pushing it in.
Yeah, and without breaking off pieces in the wine.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, oh, I'm sorry. Let me get that out of there for you. Yeah, it's always a nightmare, but they have so many cool gadgets now.
Electric ones and
Oh, the electric ones, or the one that I gave you, a
Yes.
friend gave to me, and it looks like a needle.
Yep.
You stick it in and pump it, and it just pops the cork out.
I got that.
telling you.
That was a fair special that I got.
Yeah.
I ended up getting talked into ordering like 5 of those. I don't know how, but
Which is awesome because you can take that thing anywhere.
I gave so many gifts of the wine. I think I have a couple backups in there too. They're like the little, you just insert the air and it just pops out. It's great. What's the most fancy sip of wine that you've had this week?
Most fancy?
Well, if
Yeah.
you go and get that Magnum,
Yeah, actually, when we were out at the steakhouse, I think that was the Pepper Bridge. That was the fanciest one
For this week?
for this week that I've had.
I don't know if it's the same for me because
Yeah,
I went to a
wine
friend's
this week,
house
huh?
and they are always breaking open bottles that are, I think we opened a 1999 bottle of Cab Sauv.
Not all of us
I don't even
get
know
to
where it's
be
from,
invited to those friends' house.
but I mean, the man, he gets mad at you if you bring wine to his house because he has over 400 bottles.
Trying to get rid of some wine.
That's a rough thing to have so many bottles.
First world problems.
First world problems, yes.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I mean, I love a good wine. And sometimes a 1999 bottle of wine isn't as good as a 2019.
Yeah.
It's true.
It all depends on your taste and
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Because depending on the age, just because it's an older bottle of wine doesn't make it really necessarily the best. People look at the year of the wine and be like, oh, that's a 7-year-old wine. It's going to be great. Some wines just don't age as good as
That's true.
others. It just depends how it's stored. It's
Yep.
how thing. And I mean, a lot about the year. I know I've mentioned in previous podcasts at points where the wine the year kind of tells you the conditions of the grapes and the area. So,
That's right.
Because if you know, like a 2019, if you know the weather and how things were 2019 in Walla Walla or 2019 in Bordeaux and Europe and like how the weather trends go and how much grapes are produced, that kind of sets.
Or even with the fires.
Yes.
It's going to give a smokier taste to the wine, which will be a diversion to what the
especially in California.
Like.
Yeah. California wines. But then also that plays in the part where could potentially be less and more rare wines because they didn't have as much production that year because of fires ruining it. So the year plays a big part in it and a lot of variables. Role. Like the oldest is not necessarily the best.
So it's funny. My father-in-law has his cousin over, and we met up with him last night. He made us an Italian pasta. Well, actually, it was an Italian pasta with meatballs, all handmade, everything, and salad. And we brought over a bottle of wine, and he was impressed with it. And he really likes Riesling. So in my car, I have from Rhine Valley a 2011 Riesling that we bought from this really nice chateau. And it's Johannes Chateau in Wiesbaden. Anyway, let me cut to the chase, and that is, you don't know if that wine is going to age well or not. Yeah. So my takeaway to this distant relative who's very kind in making a dinner last night is, if you don't like it, dump it. But it should be pretty good. And I started looking up online, and it got 4 stars. So I'd say it's for a 2011, it's doing okay.
Mike, we're now at the section of dream vacations. So what kind of plans is on the agenda? What kind of dream vacations are you plotting?
So I am plotting with you guys up to, right? Mm-hmm. It just so happens that we do travel apart. I think often you go on your own trips, you go on your own trips, we go on trips together. You guys have gone together. But right now we're all plotting Italy.
Yeah.
Looking forward to Italy, and we already have one that's in the books where we start in Prague. So that's next Christmas
2026.
2026. We're all going to Prague, but it's not just Prague. So that's the beginning point of our tour. So we'll spend 3 days in Prague at the Christmas shops.
Mm-hmm. Christmas markets.
And then from there, we're going to be traveling down the Danube, the upper Danube, to different places.
I know Germany's one of them, and there's a couple other countries.
Looking forward to Prague and that trip. I'm definitely cannot wait.
Is it Hungary as well?
Yeah,
is that right?
I think there's one. Yeah, but I mean, we talked about it last week. I think it might have been a hot pot, but we were talking about. I think it was your wife that's saying, "Let's lock it in." Italy.
Yes.
In 2027.
Yeah.
So we're going to start planning that too, getting that going. And so that means, whether we take 1 or 2 trips each year when it comes to those like big trips, Paris again, or like you said with Italy, maybe combine it in there and do a quick layover for a couple days in Paris and then go to Italy right after. Take a train or maybe a quick flight.
I would say take a bullet train.
Every time I'm in Europe, I say, just leave me there.
Yeah. Not coming back.
Don't, just leave me there.
I always get sad when I have to come back.
Same here.
So that leads us into our next section. How do you travel like a baller? How does Mike travel?
How do I travel?
What's bougie travel for you? How's that look?
Bougie travel is definitely Europe. So I know people go other places. A lot of people like to go to warm places. We do that. We do Hawaii probably once, at least every 2 years.
Yeah.
If not every year. So that's a different trip. But how we plan to travel without being broke is by planning.
Yeah.
Literally planning.
Early.
So
do your planning early. Yeah.
The smartest thing we do, and the travel agent that we use, is we always book our trips 2 years ahead. Seems like every year now. So usually we probably have 1 or 2 going, but we pay for it as we go. So you look at the price tag on some of these, and it's $8,000 to $12,000.
Yeah, I think the Christmas market one's like $13,000 coming up. That's without airfare, but that's in end of 26, so we gotta pay as we go.
That sounds crazy to you guys out there, and it is
just for 2 people. Yeah,
that's a crazy ticket price, but it's not so bad when you piece it out over 24 months and you make a payment to that every month.
Yeah.
So if you make a payment to that every month, it doesn't hurt as bad. A $500 payment is like a car payment between 2 people that are working doesn't hurt as bad as dropping $13,000 in one shot
all at once. Yeah. Well, that's where the Amex Platinum card is, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No limit, just throw it on there, and but you got to pay that out the next
pay it.
month. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that getting planning ahead, and then having a objective of paying yourself first to get to that trip.
Yeah, and planning what you're going to do ahead of time. Don't go on a trip and have no idea what you're going to do, because then you're going to end up spending a lot more money than you
Yes.
ever imagined. And a lot of the trips sound crazy to us, but if you take a trip to Europe, you got to expect you're going to pay out that much money. But the thing about the trips that we go on is everything's included.
It's all inclusive.
I think that we probably, even if we were like, yeah, we're going to spend money here or there, we really don't spend money on those boat tours.
Yeah.
Because
That's
we
true.
eat on the boat, we drink on the boat, and it's very inexpensive, even if you go outside of...
That's where they get you the excursions too. So I mean, the
Oh, no, those
excursions
are-
come
those-
with our for this trip that we're
Yeah.
doing. It comes with it.
Yeah.
But if you don't plan those excursions and you try to do it on your own, those
Right.
excursions.
On cruise ships, you're going to pay an arm and a leg for every little additional detail that you didn't pay for before you jumped on the boat.
So and if you do your own,
I think I've been on 2 or 3 of these boat tours that we're going on. You've been on one.
Yep.
You haven't been on one. Everything is
On the
included.
river cruise.
So they have before lunch, before dinner, after dinner, drinks are included
always
for a
something
certain
going.
time. And then even, I think one time I bought drinks when we were there. I bought a ton of drinks, and I think it was like at the end $75.
You were doing top shelf drinks.
Top shelf, and my bill was only $75. I
that's
was
crazy.
blown away. So the whole boat trip, everything was paid for, and I only paid an additional $75, and then I think I paid a couple hundred to tip
Yep.
the staff. So additionally, I didn't really pay out that much, and you think that on the outings you would spend a lot of money, but you really don't.
No. In fact, on the river cruises, the outings, you get to choose which ones you want to go on. They're already inclusive.
And they have wine and food on every one of those, so you're not spending money.
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's the benefit of getting on the river cruise rather than an ocean cruise where you get nickel and dime the whole time.
Yeah, those ocean cruises, that's excursions are an arm and a leg, and sometimes it's better, like some of those places, just to kind of go out on your own and explore. What about travel? When it comes to airports and things like that, what's the bougie traveling look for you?
So-
When it comes to airport wise,
Honestly, I really like that my wife Laura got us into the American Express and the Delta cards so that as we spend money as a family, we're gaining more and more access to those lounges
Yes.
pre-flight. And then I'm okay with wherever I sit as long as it's in the aisle so I can get in and out easily. But other than that,
If we travel in the U.S., I don't mind traveling wherever on a plane. You know, if you're traveling
Quick
5-6 hours, absolutely anywhere. I don't care. Why am I going to spend an extra however money to be somewhere else when it's not that far?
Yeah.
But when I travel to Europe, I always upgrade.
yeah,
To at least business,
yeah, business.
plus comfort.
Yep.
that's why I do like comfort.
The comfort one, I think the last time me and my wife did it, the seats are bigger. It's really, I think it was $200 round trip.
Yeah, I think
Extra.
That's not bad.
$200 round trip, $100 for her, $100 for me. And on our way back, we had an entire business plus comfort aisle.
And that's where like the perks of having those cards and stuff like that, where you get these certain upgrades for free or part of it in domestics. But I mean, I don't think the last time I flew economy, I don't even remember. I think every time, everywhere we've been, everything,
Must be
like,
nice.
It's like going. I have to do at least comfort class, just like you get more bang for your buck. You get that space. All your drinks are free, included, and it comes with the meal. And you know, it's like, how do you? The room is one thing, but then if I'm going to spend that money on drinks on a long flight, you know, it pays for itself
Yep.
at that point. But then, yeah, like you brought up a good point about the lounges. I can't remember travel life before lounges. Like before I did those lounges, now it's like, you used to like push it and be like, I want to get to the airport maybe a half hour, an hour before because I don't want to wait and sit there forever. Now it's like, let's get there 2-3 hours and have some drinks and food.
We
you know?
absolutely scheduled to be there at least 2 or 3 hours prior.
Yeah.
Probably more. I think
Yeah.
we always try to get there like 4 hours so we could sit in the lounge for 3 hours.
Oh,
and
yeah.
just-
Free
Chill out,
drinks. and
relax,
food.
Drinks.
have plenty
Yeah.
of drinks and have fun.
So, looking at, what would you say, what's your pick for like a best luxury hotel experience? Doesn't have to be local, but
The Westin, anywhere in the world.
In the Westin, I would say for long-term stays, the Westin, absolutely. On the short terms, the W.
Yeah.
I like the W
Can
because...
you find the W anywhere in the world?
No, not anywhere.
But the Westin has properties which are owned by
Marriott,
the Marriott,
Yep.
and they are all over the world. So I was at a Westin in Bucharest, and it is one of the most beautiful places I've ever stayed. Huge, like super bougie. And I think I'll send you guys pictures of this place. It was like, I can't even describe it. I just walked in and I was like awe. I was in awe. And the whole time we were there was just, the staff was very high end, and that was a part of that cruise. So we took the after trip, and that was one of the places we stayed in Bucharest, was at the Westin. And I was just blown away. The Westin everywhere in the world, or Marriott owns just so many hotel chains.
What's the higher end of Marriott? It's I can't remember the name of the... Anyway, they've got kind of a higher end Marriott hotel, and there's one in South Korea that was just phenomenal. And there's also a few in Hawaii that are amazing.
Yeah.
So I'd say
Westin
and Marriott.
At the Westin in Hawaii every time.
For me, I think the most bougiest hotel I've stayed in, especially in Europe, was a Ritz-Carlton in Germany.
Marriott owns them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I got them through, I think I went through the Marriott when we did, that's how I accessed it through our membership. But booked the Ritz-Carlton, and that thing we stayed in a suite in Germany, in Berlin. Oh, it was an amazing time. It had sushi brought to the room service. They brought all kinds of food. It was amazing. And they had we saw some royalty. It was like British royalty or something, but they had a whole, I don't know what they were doing, a ball or something, but everyone was dressed up in military uniforms, like dress blues kind of thing, and it was bougie. And my wife was trying to take photos and stuff like that. I was like, hey. I'm like, don't be too obvious here. Act like you belong here.
I stayed at a place in, neither one of you guys were on this trip when I went to Eastern Europe this past year. I stayed at a hotel, and it was on the bridge between, so a lot of you guys don't know this. A lot of people don't know this unless you go there. Budapest is two different cities. So it's the Buda side and it's the Pest side. So I stayed at a hotel that was facing the bridge between those two. And one of the things about Budapest is, at night, it has got to be the most beautiful city I've ever seen in my entire life. It's just their parliament, the way they light everything up, all the bridges, the way that they light up their king's castle. I mean, Fisherman's Bastion. It's just so beautiful. And I'll share on Facebook. I'll share some of those pictures. But that hotel was just absolutely gorgeous. It was all glass, our whole room, and it was shaded, so you could have it all open. You're running around naked with your wife, or getting dressed or anything. You don't have to worry about closing those blinds up because nobody could see in there anyways.
Nice.
Oh.
So, I mean, just an absolutely beautiful hotel, and I'll post a link for that hotel in our group.
Perfect. What's a good spot around the area? Local staycations. Because we're running out of time a little bit, so let's just go quickly. Alex, go ahead and list your favorite local staycation.
Staycations,
definitely. In the state.
Leavenworth is one of mine. Suncadia.
Suncadia. Oh, my brother goes there a lot.
Really, really nice. You got hot tubs outside even when it's
near
cold.
North Bend, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
What about you?
The W in Bellevue.
Bellevue? Okay.
So they got a secret bar, and you can only get into it if you stay there. It's like speakeasy.
Oh.
And
those are always fun.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Reminds me of that speakeasy we went in Woodinville, the little library area. Yep. That's fun. For me, staycation, I think, Woodinville, I think Woodinville is a pretty good staycation. It's close by, get away.
You gotta be a wine drinker, though.
Yeah, and I mean, that's every time we go.
Walla Walla. You gotta be a wine drinker.
It's only an hour away, but, getting for the weekend, staying out there at your hotel, I think we're doing it for your birthday.
We are, yeah.
Going do that. I mean, that's a good local area that we can stay away from the house that I'm willing to pay to.
Yeah, absolutely. And those places definitely feel like you're actually away. I love that about Washington State.
Yes.
You can go any direction in Washington State and feel like you're not in the grind anymore.
Whether you go to the Olympics on the the western side, into the anywhere from the ocean side to the mountains.
Or we're what
To the
40
desert.
minutes from Seattle.
Yeah.
You go stay at the Westin in Seattle, or they have Stay Pineapple down there, and go to an event out there. It does not. It feels like you're in a different place.
And once that train makes it all the way down to Tacoma, I think you'll be able to get to Seattle a lot quicker every 5 minutes, just like a metro system.
That would be
That's going to
amazing.
be a game changer for us too. Then we don't have to go all the way up to Tequila to catch the train.
That's where we park now. That's where we're going to be parking today when we go to a Seahawks game. Let's
Yep.
go Seahawks!
Go Hawks! All right. So now, would you rather, Alex? Would you rather fly first class once a year, or travel anywhere for free, but you have to stay in the middle seat forever?
Oh, I'd go places for free because due to my military training, I found I can fall asleep in any position, in any location, while traveling or while stopped. So
Oh yeah, I mean
no issue.
That's how basic training doing in a foxhole, or even when we were in Iraq, some of the places that you'd sleep, you can sleep standing up.
Yeah. That's
So
right.
on my sheet there, I wrote, dumb question. Because
yeah.
for me, first class is super nice. It's bougie. I love it. But to travel anywhere free, I mean,
Oh man,
I'm going.
yeah.
I'm booking flights right now.
I mean, I think same
I'm
thing for
standing
me.
in the back of the plane, holding my luggage.
Yep. Same here.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love first class, and when we do fly
Yeah.
first class, it's been great. Especially when we went to Hawaii and the lay flats for those long flights, be able to lay flat down.
Let's say this for people out there: if you can get a good deal on travel, you're only sucking for a little while.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
know what
but
I
the
mean?
memories are worth it.
Yes.
Yeah, because you're not going to remember your flight. You're not going to be like,
Exactly.
oh, the flight was terrible.
the
What you're going to remember is being in Italy.
Exactly.
You're going to remember being in Italy.
So I've done first class, and I love first class, but I would do travel anywhere for free. It's the same thing as a jet and a yacht kind of thing. Question
Yeah.
from last week. I'd rather travel anywhere for free, because anywhere means anywhere. So we're going to Europe, we're going to Asia,
China, yeah.
yeah, we're going to all kinds. Australia, we're going
Australia.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll sit in the middle
Philippines.
seat. I'll sit in the middle seat between two big people, little kids, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
I will let a little kid hit me with a teddy bear in the head for 15 hours.
I will say
it's
though,
free.
I will say, because there's a couple times I did fly. One time I flew first class, and there was a baby crying and screaming the whole 6-hour trip, and it wasn't a pleasant thing. It went through the whole noise canceling headphones. It was just fine. I'm like, I'm paying good money, but I stuffed it. I'm like, no. The kids, it happens. I have kids. That's why it didn't bug me too much. Like, it was annoying because it gets annoying, but it's understanding. Parents are having a hard time, stuff like that. But I'm like, baby doesn't need to be in first class either, though. But it is what it is. And so sometimes first class is not always the best.
Yeah.
You pay a lot of money. I mean, yeah, you get free food, but the compromise is comfort.
Yeah.
You get
Yeah.
that free food.
If
But
you can
I-
deal with a little discomfort,
Yeah, but economy in a middle seat. If I can get to Europe for free anytime I want, 3 times a week or wherever I want to go, yeah, I'll do it. I'll sit in the back of the plane with the cargo, or under the plane in the cargo.
What do you guys think out there? Would you rather
Yeah.
fly first class?
Yeah.
If you haven't flown
I'd have my
first
own
class ever, do it
Do it at least once.
Yeah.
And that's where first class in domestic, it's okay, but flying first class overseas,
much
that's
better.
where it's at.
Yeah. So, guys, thank you.
Yes, thank
for
you.
another great podcast.
Awesome.
We're ending early here because Alex has got to get going.
Gotta go.
Life is always in the way.
It's always on the run.
Yeah.
We got to get ready for the Seahawks game. Go Hawks.
Let's go.
Go Hawks.
Found some good bottles of wine that we can drink over there, that they sell wine at the games.
Yeah.
Better than these beers. But appreciate you.
Thank you,
Thanks
brothers.
for coming and hanging out.
Yeah, thank you. This was awesome.
Yep. We'll see you next time.
All right, guys, have a good week.
Stay bougie.
Stay bougie.